Jackie Buckner. Richie Crowley looks like the only driver, well, Dustin Cooper too, did not come out for a second race. And we're underway with our second limited late model features. Jacob York and Martin Nesbitt go high up the track. This opens the door for Chase Pollard here on lap number 1. They're starting to stack up there, ping pong in there as they went into 1 and 2. Drivers trying to slam into each other's bumper there.
2 by 2 by 2 by 2, side by side.
Now they're back to side by side. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. All side by side there. York still holding on to the top spot over Martin Nesbitt. Chase Pollard, Zeke Shell, third and fourth. Josh Goebel and Thomas Bean, fifth and sixth, with Ashton Higgins and Lee Tisson right there. Oh, and we got several cars washing up the track. My goodness, we saw Chase Pollard and Zeke Shell. That opened the door for Josh Goebel to slip right in there.
Yeah, some pretty good contact on the left front of the one car. You'll have to watch that as the race goes on through, but that's some good contact right there.
Josh Goebel brought Ashton Higgins with him as Higgins now slide up into the fifth position. Actually, fourth position. Chase Pollard back in fifth right now. York finally able to pull away from Martin Nesbitt. They've been glued together for the first 7 laps. But that was Jacob York, Martin Nesbitt, Josh Goebel, Ashton Higgins, Chase Pollard, your first through fifth. Zeke Shell, as he's falling back a little bit here. Lee Tisson now slides up to fifth, moving Chase Pollard back to sixth. Pollard has Thomas Bean, Zeke Shell, Derek Lane, and Alex Miller, 6th through 10th, right there behind them. As Bean is sideways, that causes Zeke Shell to check up, and Derek Lane almost got into the rear bumper.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on now. That's it's kind of odd for this class. There's a whole lot of pushing and shoving going on.
Well, Lane and Zeke Shell, they've been going at it every week this year at Kingsport Speedway. Tisson to the inside of Josh Goebel. It's a battle for fourth. I didn't even realize it, but Ashton Higgins had slid past Josh Goebel to take over the third spot. Higgins will now set his sights on Martin Nesbitt and Jacob York. We saw these two guys put on a stellar show several weeks this year. Martin Nesbitt come home with a big bountiful win at the Ted Caldwell Memorial Race, opening us up at the season opener. And then he also won back in July, I think the July 4th race. So he's had a pretty good couple of stellar wins this year. And why not close it out with a big win here for the Fall Classic 350?
York's got a mirror for that car behind him. He's trying to get to the bottom, but you can see York's kind of cutting his line off every single time. That's just good racing. That's how you race.
Absolutely, two short track veterans going at it. Oh, Nesbitt around in 1 and 2. Nesbitt. Oh my goodness. It looks like he drove it in way too hard. Maybe could not let it stick. Tried to hold on to it, but coming off of turn number 2, just had nothing left and it went around on him. We're back underway with our second limited late model feature here for the Fall Classic 350. York and Higgins side by side down the back straightaway. It looks like Higgins with an advantage going into turn 3. Higgins in that Alliance Driveway Solutions Leapfrog Landscaping car takes over the lead here on lap 17
That's a big power move on the outside, too. That's a big power move.
Absolutely, especially in one of these cars here. And here comes Lee Tissett in that Jets Auto Sales Ted Caldwell Ted Caldwell Racing, number 27. You can definitely tell the track is getting slick though, as the drivers are slipping and sliding in spots that they don't normally, slip and slide in.
Not to mention, there's been a lot of rubber laid down in this race. There's been a bunch of races tonight, so that's cold plus rubber. It's a disaster for some back tires.
Absolutely. I think we only got one more race after this. I believe that'll be the Crown Vics coming up next. Ashton Higgins, your leader right now on lap 22. Lee Tissett powering past Jacob York. He's got a half a car advantage over the 97. Tissett trying to take over second. And here comes race number 1 winner, Thomas Bean. He tries to power move past the 97 of Jacob York. Came up short just a little bit on that time as Alex Miller completely sideways on the back straightaway.
I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, I just looked up and I could see the whole nose facing towards me. Lap 25 completed. Ashton Higgins, your leader. Lee Tissett right up to the rear bumper of that number 9. Tissett is hungry. He was wanting to win to close out the 2025 season. Higgins is wanting another win here at Newport Speedway as well. Lee Tissett all the way up to the rear bumper of that number 9, Alliance Driveway Solutions. Tissett is hungry. He's right there. Watch him go into 1 and 2. He's definitely a better corner for Tissett. He usually drives off turn 2.
Both these drivers has 2 different lines, especially in 1 and 2. There's the 27's real low and the 9's kind of in the middle. So,
well, as you said that, they both changed their lines from the last lap. As Higgins dove down to the bottom, still trying to hold off Lee Tissett. Thomas Bean has slid past York to take over 3rd. We're just a little over halfway here on lap 32. Chase Pollard back up to 5th. Zeke Schillen 6th. Derek Lane 7th. Caleb Presley, impressive run for him, running 8th. Josh Goebbels moved back to 9th. Daniel Escato in the 10th position. That's a top 10 running order here on lap 33.
Leaders catching the tail end here of the lap traffic here. See how they both can get through here. That's going to be a game changer. You can get through these lap traffic as fast and not get caught up behind somebody. You want to catch them in the right spot so you can get around them the fastest spot.
Well, you're talking about lap traffic. One of those cars in front of the leader is somebody that's not normally a lap traffic car contender. That's Martin Nesbitt. He's way back there in the field, but you got to think something happened to him early on in the race.
Yeah, his car's definitely not acting right to be that far back for sure.
We got a battle for the lead as Lee Tissett trying to power past Ashton Higgins here on lap 36. The car that Lee Tissett's driving is about 20, 30 years old compared to a lot of these newer cars that are out here.
Old cars are working good. The old drivers are working good. The old cars are working good.
Lee Tissett takes over the lead here on lap 37. Now we're on lap 38, coming to 39. 21 laps to go. And again, some heavy traffic in front of your leaders, though, as Thomas Bean's pulled up to the rear bumper of Ashton Higgins as well. Is Bean going to try to do a repeat pickup win race number 1 and 2? He's definitely got a lot of work cut out for him.
Looks like the 01 maybe saving a little bit of tires here for the last part of this race. It's going to be important for that.
And some slower cars holding up your leader there as Lee Tissett has nowhere to go. My goodness, Ashton Higgins right there, Thomas Bean all right there behind. Oh my goodness. Higgins able to hold on to second in the meantime. But Thomas Bean is hungry. He's back in third. Tissett able to pull out to about a 5-6 car lead advantage over Ashton Higgins. $15 to go, this time by Lee Tissett, still your leader. Ashton Higgins second, Thomas Bean third, Jacob York fourth. Zeke Shell now finds himself in fifth.
These second, third, and fourth cars are all over each other, man. That's some good racing right here.
And all of them keeping it pinned off of each other's cars from making contact either. Great driving by all parties. Coming up on 10 to go. Next time around for our leader, Lee Tissett. He's still got another slower car in front of him, Toro Rodriguez. Thomas Bean now moves past Ashton Higgins to take over second. Will we see Higgins try to catch up and go around, back around the 0-1 car? But I don't think so. I don't think he's going to have enough in the tank for that 0-1 Leapfrog landscaping car. Lee Tissett coming up on lap 54, 6 laps to go. Thomas Bean second, Ashton Higgins third, Jacob York fourth, Zeke Shell rounds out your top 5. But here comes York back to the inside of Ashton Higgins. It's a battle for the third position. 5 to go, this time by. This is going to be an incredible race to the finish here between third, fourth, and fifth. They're all nose to tail. I'm going to let my colleague Brandon Crawford finish this one out for us.
Flag out for the 27.
First of all, congratulations on picking up a win here and way to close out the 2025 season. It's kind of like I told Ed Surratt earlier. There's not been a year that I've been following you guys that you've won at least one race every single year, and this is another one example of that.
Yeah, this is like I think 3 or 4 for us this year, but heck of a job there with the guys. This car is perfect both races. I had to make sure I had my line there going in one on with Thomas. I know I kind of bumped him, but he would have done the same. But hey, one lap to go. I've never done that one before, but you know, just glad all the fans came out. It was a great day of racing here, and you're getting ready to see the craziest race in the world. But man, I just want to thank Jeff Caldwell. I want to thank Quality Heat and Air. All these racers out here for coming out and supporting this racetrack, and the ownership and the management. Everybody here is top-notch people, and look forward to coming back.
Lee Tissett picking up race win number 2 for the limited late models.